the autopilot here. Flying through the mountains like this in the turbulent air with all the waves and such, if you fly this on the autopilot by, let's say, the nav settings and also to hold the altitude, it'll kill you. And it'll kill you for two reasons. So first of all, when you get into this wave of air, if it's trying to hold that altitude and you only have so much power, it's going to keep pitching up to hold that altitude, and then your speed is going to drop and you're going to do an autopilot stall. And we've heard a couple of those already. I let it go just to make sure that it was indicating I can hear it, and it does. And if you don't kill it, of course, it's just going to stall you out. That's a big problem. Don't want that. Conversely, if I have this set at 8,500, which is where I want it, and I'm doing, let's say I'm grounding 110, but I'm indicating anywhere between 110 and 115, which is what I'm supposed to be. Indicated, true air, not indicated, true airspeed. So then when you get down the other side of this wave, what happens is it's ballooning you up like a wave would, so it's trying to pitch the nose down, keep the altitude, but in pitching the nose down, your speed rockets up, and next thing you know, your true airspeed is like a $134, which is into the very caution zone on this plane. And if you're buffety, that's a bad thing. And I'm sure if I just let it go, I'd be doing a lot more than that, and you could risk in-flight breakup, structural damage. So, definitely not recommended to be, and if you do, you're fighting it too much. You're playing with it too much, you might as well just hand fly. So, which is exactly what I'm doing. So if you just hand fly, and you give yourself an altitude setting, let's say 500, which I have, now the plane's gonna go up and down 300 feet, and it doesn't matter out here. You can be plus or minus 300 feet, 500 feet, doesn't matter. And then you can just manipulate your speed with this. On times when all of a sudden you hit one of these updrafts, just let it go. And the plane will just rise on its own, but your speed will stay constant. It won't be, and if you're a downdraft and you got to shrink down 300 feet, let it go. Don't worry about it, you'll make it up. And then when things get calm again, if you're low, like I am right now, well, just do a nice gentle cruise climb. Just leave it there. 200, 300 feet per minute. Make it up. Get yourself back on center. Way better than, and then of course as we saw back there, and I'll show you that, if it gets too crazy, all of a sudden you run into some massive turbulence. Too much for the autopilot. The autopilot starts to scream at you that's, hey man, I'm out. I'm disconnecting. Get your shit together, which of course it did. Interesting experience. Go. So, I'm flying down at sea level. Planned routes. Autopilot is a wonderful thing. But here, no. Not made for this. This you need to fly. Sounds like my phone. Interfering with the instruments. People don't believe that actually happens on planes. It does. Alright, see now all of a sudden we're in an upswell and we're climbing at 800 feet per minute. Level flight. So we made up all the altitude that we lost. Just because we're in an updraft. And we're maintaining our airspeed. Or our ground speed rather.